Hi everybody and welcome to Module 5, Lesson 26. The target goal for today is I can decompose whole number fractions that are greater than 1. So we're going to be looking with numbers that are greater than 1. So if it's more than 1, our numerator, which is our top number, is going to be greater than our denominator, which is our bottom number. So we're going to be looking at that. I'm going to talk a little bit about decomposing them, and we're going to be using number lines, but we're also going to be using number bonds as well. So this is a number bond. If you look inside of it, it has a half and a half, and then they've taken that half and a half and they've divided it into fourths. So really what you're looking at here is this is one whole, and they divided that one whole into fourths. And it's true. It's his turn to talk to a partner about it, but we're going to talk about why it's true. Because if you take a half, I'm going to do it like this. So there's my block and a number bond, or tape diagram, sorry. I'm going to divide this one in half, and then I'm going to divide this one into fourths. So this is saying a half and a half is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. So if this is, are they equal? So this is a half and a half, and this is fourths. So they are equal. So you can divide halves into fourths. That would be like saying that 1/2, I'm just erase this a little bit, or maybe not. If this is a half, that's also the same as saying 1/4 and 2/4. So that's like saying this one is equal to this one and this one. And it's like saying that this half is equal to this one and this one. So if you have two halves, you can divide it into 4 fourths. All right, so now this time we've added 4 halves. So we have 4 halves here. So it says, how do the parts change if we change the whole to look like this? So this is a whole, and this is a whole. We've divided, this one can be divided into fourths, so that one goes with that one and that one. This one's divided into fourths, so it's that one and that one. So we're gonna need more fourths to make the upper 2 halves. So we're gonna need a fourth, we're gonna need, it takes 4 fourths to make 2 halves, we're gonna need 4 more fourths to make 2 more halves. So we're gonna need a total of 8 fourths to make 2 halves. And I'm pretty sure it's on the next page. Maybe. Oh, it didn't give it yet. I'm gonna see if it's on the next page. There we go. So here's a half, and so this half is made up of 1, 2. And here's a half that's made up of 1, 2 fourths. This half is made up of a fourth and a fourth. And this half is made up of a fourth and a fourth. So we should have, if we have 4 halves, we need twice as much to make it into fourths. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 halves. We should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fourths to make up a whole. So it's a little confusing to me, I'm not gonna lie, because I don't like doing these as much with number bonds as I do like doing them on a number line. I find them a little more easy to organize and arrange and see them. So draw a number line with endpoints from 0 to 2. So we're going past 1, we're going into 2. So we're gonna have greater than 1 fractions. Label the holes on the bottom of the line. So you have 0, 1, and 2. Partition the line into fourths and label the fractions. So we're dividing it into fourths. I'm gonna actually go, I don't know why I like purple better. Maybe it's a Milford thing, I don't know. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So when we're partitioning it, we're gonna have 0 fourths, 1 fourth, 2 fourths, 3 fourths. Now, if you have a whiteboard or a piece of paper and you want to do this with me, feel free, or you can watch me do it. Watch me do the work. That's fine. 5 fourths, 6 fourths, 7 fourths, 8 fourths. Okay? So we partitioned the whole thing into fourths. Okay? Now, I'm pretty sure gonna go to the next page. It's gonna be there, but I wanted to do that so you could see it. Ta-da! So what it wants to know now is how many fourths in 0. So if I look here, there's my 0. How many fourths do I have? Well, we have 0. So we have 0 fourths in there. How many fourths do I have in 1? We have 4 fourths. Because 4 fourths is the same as saying a whole. Actually, I can just do it this way because it's asking me how many fourths I have. So I have 4 of those. How many fourths do I have in 2? I have 8 fourths. See how I like this so much better than doing number bonds? It's a little more organized and it doesn't get so crazy busy. And I just like how it reminds me of a ruler when I set them up. So when you're doing fractions greater than 1, it pays to do it on a number line, in my opinion. But if you're more comfortable doing it with number bonds, feel free. That's your choice. All right. Below each whole number on your number line, work with a partner to draw a number bond. As you draw the number bonds, show copies of 1 whole instead of unit fractions. I'm not going to do it this way. I'm not going to do a number bond for this. I'm going to leave it just the way it is because they did it in fourths. So I would have 2. I'm going to show you really quick. If I was doing a number bond, I would put 2 in the middle, and then I would do 8 fourths all the way around it. So it'd have 8 of those spokes. That's one way to do it too. You could also have the number bond middle be 8/4 and then do 8 fourths around it too. But like I just said, I feel like the number line makes it a little easier to understand because it's a lot like working with a ruler. So this model and this model are very similar. This one right here has 4 fourths and 4 fourths. Well, if I did 1, 2, 3, 4, so there's 4 right here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, that's like saying 8/4, which is exactly what we said over there. So you can set up your number bonds a little bit differently too, so they're not as congested, but in this case, because we're so new with working with fractions, I like to do all the pieces. So there is a way to do number bonds and fractions when you're working with equations larger than, or when you're working with fractions larger than 2. I feel like this lesson's a little complicated. When we go to the worksheet option, I feel like it kind of smooths it out for you a little bit too. So I hope you enjoyed Module 5, Lesson 26.